Happy Friday, guys. We've made it through another week of amazing home workouts. I know a lot of you guys had some things to say about Tuesday's booty burner, and we're going to keep bringing them at you. We're going to keep keeping you moving, building that armor to protect you against anything that comes your way. Make sure you're practicing some of those other healthy habits too, like getting enough sleep. We talked about that with Nutrition Topic Tuesday this week. Thinking about eating some of those healthy options. Maybe you're still dipping into some sweets and some other habits right now, but focus on including veggies with your meals, having a protein, getting sleep, drinking some water. Those are kind of those main things I want you guys to think about as we roll into another week, as we finish up this week and roll into another week. Tomorrow, Saturday, PreWOD will be at 9 a.m. on Zoom again. We had 24 people last time. Let's see if we can bring it again. I unfortunately will not be there. I'll be at the hospital, but Morgan's going to lead you guys through a really fun team workout. It'll have a little bit less confusion. We played cards on last Saturday. We're not going to have any card playing on this one, but it's a super fun workout. So jump in for PreWOD tomorrow at 9 a.m. on Zoom. For today, we have those 5 a.m., noon, and 5 p.m. calls. So jump in on those if you can. If you're doing that, you don't have to watch the rest of this video. Like I said, your coach will get you through this. If you're just doing the video today, we're going to get you through a good warm-up. Check out those show notes to see what the movements are. I'll show you what they look like. We're going to get through an 8-minute AMRAP to get us warmed up. Again, just moving through 8 minutes. It's not really as many rounds as possible. It's just moving for 8 minutes through those workout movements. Then we'll get a little upper body pump, still working on some of our handstand push-up work. Or today it'll just be hand release push-ups if you aren't going to get inverted on your wall. You can add a deficit as well. And then we'll do some more strict press. So theme of the week is kind of getting that upper body pumped a little bit too. Then we have a really fun workout today called Core-intine. Maybe it's too soon for that joke, but we're going to give it a try today. It has a little bit of running to get you guys outside, and then some core work to work on our toes to bar variations without having a rig. So starting with that question of the day, just going to see if you have a joke. Drop a joke for us, record one on your story and tag us, whatever the case is. If you've got a funny joke, we want to hear them. Keep it light. For our warm-up, I'll go through those 8 minutes of movements. We've got a couple different ones here to get that body ready for running, get that core primed as well, a little bit too for, well, the workout itself, and then for those strict handstands and strict presses. So first thing we'll do are those butt kicks. All we're doing here is literally what it sounds like, kicking your butt, feet up to your butt, 20 of those, right into 20 high knees, thinking about tapping your hands, and then we'll go into 20 mountain climbers, so finding the ground here. We'll go 20 mountain climbers, bringing that knee to the chest. Out of those 20 mountain climbers, we're going 20 half burpees, so you're in a plank, hopping to the bottom of your squat, and back into that plank for 5. After 5 of those, we're going floor scrapers so you can find the ground. They're called floor scrapers, penguins, whatever you know them as. You're just reaching for your heels. Then we'll go into dead bugs. So for those dead bugs, bring your legs up, hands up, going opposite leg away, opposite arm, return. Just for 20 there. And then we'll roll over for 5, push up to down dog. Again, if that push up is a struggle, you're trying to lay down, peel, and push. That focus being warming up those shoulders. So again, you'll get after those butt kicks, high knees, mountain climbers, those half burpees, some floor scrapers or penguins, some dead bugs, and 5 push-ups to down dogs, getting through that for 8 minutes, just getting that body moving. For our PreWOD, we have 3 to 5 strict handstand push-ups. If you have those, you can add a deficit if you want. So that'd be like adding something underneath if you have like plates or something that you put your hands on. 3 to 5 strict of those. If we're working on these today, we want to think about that front rack position a lot like we do with our barbell, elbows away from each other, thumbs about shoulder distance apart, and then making that tripod so that our hands, our head make a nice triangle. And then we're going to press the floor away into that window, pressing that head through the window. Just like we do with our barbell, we're going to do that inverted. So if we're doing those, awesome, we can get after that. If we're not doing that, there are 2 options. One, you can do a pike push-up, but only if you can control your head all the way to the ground and actually get through that movement. There's really no reason to work on those if you're just bringing your head a little bit down. We want you guys to be able to get that full range of motion here when we're practicing movement. We would never just do quarter pull-ups to get better at pull-ups. Same thing with push-ups. So if we're doing that pike push-up, you bring your hips high, reaching for the floor, and pressing through that window at the top is that big point. Reaching that head forward to make that triangle with your hands, and pressing to the floor. You can also scale that a little bit by pushing your feet back a little bit more. You're still gonna work on that same tripod position, and then that press through. But the hips aren't as high, so it's not quite as taxing on that bicep, tricep area. Additionally, we can just scale to a hand release push-up as an option, adding a deficit if you want. So that deficit would be, again, adding some plates or something that you're pressing onto. If we're doing that, whether we're doing it on our knees or up on our hand, or up on our feet, we're gonna go for that nice plank position, keeping the core tight, keeping the glutes engaged, so the butt squeeze, quads squeeze, the legs, everything active. You're gonna lower that chest all the way to the ground, hands go off, press away. So we'll do 3 to 5 of one of those options. And then again, you can put your knees on the ground and do that hand release that way as well. After 3 to 5 of those, we're gonna go right into 5 strict press each arm, or 10 with one, or with both arms together. So I'm just gonna show that. We've been doing this a good amount this week, so I'm just gonna show it quick. You can watch back in another video if you're still not sure on what it is. But whether you have kettlebell, dumbbell, or plate, we're gonna go up on the shoulder, front rack position, and then squeezing everything. Those feet should be directly underneath those hips. Squeeze the butt, push the floor away, press up overhead. 5 on the right, 5 on the left, or again, we get that front rack position. And coming through. 5 that way. We're gonna do that for 5 full rounds. So getting good and active with that upper body to start. Then our workout. So I'm gonna go over Core-intine now. Core-intine, main thing is that running is reduced each time. If you have an 800 meter marked out, awesome, use that, and a 600 and a 400 if you can. There is a time cap on this, so I'm okay with you giving the running a try no matter what. If you're newer to running, maybe just run a 4-minute loop, or 2 minutes one direction, 2 minutes back. And then you can also just run inside for 4 minutes, or loops around your house in place for 4 minutes. If running in place sounds terrible for 4 minutes, fine. You can go ahead and jump rope for 4 minutes instead. That might be worse. So get outside. It's gonna be nice out. And if you have to scale it, then just running indoors, running around, making your own loops inside, or running for time domain outside if you don't know what the distance is. The time that correlates with each of the distances is written in the show notes. So checking that out if you're just gonna run for a period of time versus mapping out your 800, 600, and 400, then you know how long each of those should be. The movement that we need to practice though today is gonna be a toes to weight. If you have an odd object or a weighted object to hold on to, we're gonna have that up overhead, and then we're gonna work on either bringing our toes up to that, or we're gonna bring our knees to our chest as that scaling option. And then I'll show one option for if you have nothing that you're gonna hold overhead or like hold on to. Let's see. Angle-wise, we're gonna go with whatever you have, dumbbell, kettlebell, plate. You can hold on to it. Here, you're gonna come into kind of your hollow position here, shimmying down far enough that you can reach that weight up overhead with straight arms. And then with those arms straight, what you're gonna do is activate the core, bring those legs off the ground just a little bit, squeezing the butt. Bring your knees to your chest, and then reach overhead. And come back out. The scale to this would just be bringing those knees up to the chest. Still trying to bring your hips off the ground. If you can curl those knees almost to your chin. That would be one of the scaling options. The other thing is that if you have no equipment and you still want to hold on to something, you can actually put your hands right underneath, like something like the couch here, and do that same movement. So hands under the couch, rolling up. Or just to chest. And then if you have no objects at all, or you really don't want to do it with holding something overhead, we have some people with limitations with that overhead position. For them, we can go just that suitcase crunch or crunchy frog. So there's an 18-minute time cap on this workout here. You're gonna get some running in, some core work in, reps go down, and distance goes down each time. So 800-meter run into 30 of your core work, 600-meter run into 20, and then 400-meter run into 10. Have some fun, get after it, let us know how it goes.